Hello guys, it is Jake here, and this is going to be my first specific upload for the FM Galax YouTube channel. To start with, I'm going to give you a little bit of background about myself, as obviously this is my first upload. I am a 17-year-old from Scunthorpe, North England, and if you don't know Scunthorpe, I'm going to describe it in one word: shithole. It is fucking terrible. Anyway, onto the football side of things. I am a Scunthorpe United fan, and I would also say I'm a Leeds fan. And before anyone gets all aggressive about this, I have a very valid reason for supporting Leeds and Scunthorpe, as I was brought up a Leeds United fan. But due to circumstances I'm not going to go into, I was unable to attend any Leeds games after the age of possibly 10 really. So as I hit about 12, 13, I thought I'd go watch my local side, Scunny, and I've kind of fallen in, I won't say fallen in love, but like them quite a bit. And I'm season ticket holder at Glanford Park, in the terracing, and if we go into teams which I follow Sunderland, as that is where most of my family's from, and on European football I follow Torpedo Moscow and a little bit Dinamo Dresden, mainly because of the fans and they're relatively unknown. So I guess you could class me as a football hipster if you really want, but I won't class myself as that. Anyway, this is actually the second video that I have done of this Leeds United save, and the first one is now on the FM Galax YouTube channel, but like I said, it went on my channel first, so it's not specific to the FM Galax channel like this one will be. And to start with, I will show you the fixtures which I have played since the last video. And the last video was the MK Dons one, so since then I can't be asked to count how many, but there was a 2-2 draw in the Johnson's Paint Trophy Northern semi-final against Peterborough. This was a very average performance, I'd say. Nothing spectacular. Let's see there. We edged it, shots on target, and we dominated in possession, so we possibly should have created more chances than what we did. But we didn't, and also looking at that, they got a 92nd minute equaliser, but did shit in the penalties. Next game was a 2-0 win against Swansea in League One, and this was a very good result because Swansea were, this time I think they were 6th, so in the playoff hunt anyway, along with us. And when it actually shows up, you'll be able to see the match stats, and we got absolutely dominated. How we managed to come away with a win is beyond me, but we must have taken our chances while they were pretty wasteful, because I don't think they actually had a clear-cut chance in the whole game, whereas we had 2 and scored both of them. Next, it was a 2-2 draw against Blackburn, and I think that this game annoyed me quite a bit, but it's the one I'm thinking of. But we'll be able to see in a minute when my piece of shit laptop actually loads. Yeah, they had 2 shots on target and scored 1 of them, and we managed to score an own goal, whilst we had 9 on target and only managed to score 2. So guess we can't blame anyone but ourselves for being wasteful in front of goal and for squandering a 2-goal lead. Next was a 2-1 win against Leyton Orient, which was a good result, but I think we should have done better, but a win's a win. Next I'll go into the stats on this, because at the time of playing this we were 2nd and Southend were top of the league by 5 points, I believe. So you see, we probably deserved to win. Actually no, it was a very equal game, so could have gone either way, but Martin Rapson, who has been an absolute tank this year, won the game for us, and really very happy with his performances this year. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm going to have to scratch all that, guys, because I've just realised that I forgot all of these games here, all the way down to this MK Dons, because I didn't realise that that was in the FA Cup, whereas this was actually in the league. So, let's go from West Brom. I'm not going to go into the stats because who scored, you can see there. Dennis O'Flynn, 1-0 win, good result. Rochdale 3-0 with Nalepa and Rapson getting 2, another good result. Fuck off. Windows 8, piece of shit. 5-3 against Wimbledon, very strange game, but as long as we came out on top I don't really care. Martin Rapson with 2, Marco Kraus with 2, and Aaron Freyer Heraldson getting a goal. Oxford City in the FA Cup first round to our now a League 2 side, and Martin Rapson got the goal to win it for us. Happy with that. 1-0 over Oldham in Johnston's Paint Trophy Northern quarter final. I don't really care about the Johnston's Paint, but a win's I'm happy with a win. Nalepa getting the goal again. This was one of the worst games we've had this season, I think. We lost 2-0 to our local rivals Bradford, and what a shock! Bukvich got sent off yet again and got a shit match rating. Actually, I'll just quickly show you how many sendings off he has had in the games he's played. He's been astonishing. 18 games, and he has got 3 red cards, so he will now have missed what's that, 6 games through suspension. Oh, it's 7 because he's had 5 red cards. So he's been a load of shit. I'm not very happy with his signing at all, and probably look to sell him on actually. What's the next game? Lincoln at home, 1-0. Should be doing better than that really, as Lincoln are a shit side and do not belong in League 1. 1-0 loss to Watford. This was through giving away a penalty, but I can't remember who gave the penalty away. But I wasn't happy with the 1-0 defeat, as Watford were struggling down the bottom of the table then. So we've done that game, we've done that one, and that one. And I think this was the one we was meant to do next, which was a 1-0 win over Halifax in the FA Cup third round, which I'm going to be honest, I holiday most of the FA Cup and the Johnston's Paint, as I don't really care about doing well in the cup competitions, and whatever result happens to pop up I'll take. Next was Cheltenham in League 1, and we actually went into a 3-0 lead in this game at half time, only for FM to do its usual trick of letting Cheltenham get back into the game as they scored in the 55th and 57th minute. 2-1 against Wolves, with Dennis O'Flynn getting both the goals. Wolves actually went down to 9 men, and because of Dominic Cable, who is a dreadful keeper, he managed to score after we went 2-0 up, and then they actually dominated the game with 9 men, so I wasn't really happy with the team then, but I'm blaming Cable because he's a load of shit. 1-0 at home to Exeter. Average result, Bukvich yet again getting sent off, but Marco Kraus with the goal. 1-0 against Oldham, Graham Gilby getting the goal and then missing a penalty, which never ever happens on FM. But look at that match rating to say he scored a goal, 6.4, I'm not happy with him. And after such a nice run of results where we have gone unbeaten 8 in the league, we obviously got smashed by Northampton, who are now 2nd or 3rd. So, to be fair, losing to them away from home isn't that bad of a result. Well, it is, but it's understandable, I suppose, although we should be doing a lot better than losing 3-1. And then I holidayed this game literally 5 minutes ago, or 5 minutes before I started the video, so I have no idea about this game, but Naliepa and Gilby getting the goals, and I think actually with the match stats it shows us that we didn't deserve to lose 6-2, and Bolton got relatively lucky, I'd say, although they're 6 goals from 7 shots on target, and we had more possession, so they took the chances, whereas we didn't. And look at that from Marsden, Can't really find him because I didn't look at it. Obviously, I didn't play this game. Anyway, next on to the league table. He's getting very tight at the top at the minute. We do have a game in hand, which is against Fulham, but I'm not going to play that game on camera because we have been on for 10 minutes already, and I made because of my massive fuck up. And my laptop, for anyone that knows me, is a bag of shit. If I attempt to record this game, you'll not be able to understand anything that's going on, as it'll be so laggy. It is unreal. So we'll just leave it, and I'll come back possibly tomorrow with a next update after maybe 40 games, maybe 38 or whatever, and show you how the table is then. I'll quickly go through England and show you what all the tables look like for a little while. Top of the Premier League, Man City, who've dominated recently. Bristol City doing very well. Crewe doing well. Forest up there. Arlesey, who shouldn't be in that league, up there as well. Stockport. QPR need to get out of the league because they are aids of football. And nothing too surprising, I suppose, in there. Championship. Maybe Chesterfield, Forest Green, they're doing very well. Although Forest Green are moneybags as well, I believe, or they used to be, I'm not sure about now. Fleetwood are moneybags and they are aids of football as well. I believe Kings Lynn have got quite a lot of money. Dagenham and Redbridge holding their own, I suppose. And shock there is Everton in bottom place, doing absolutely dreadfully and basically odds on to get relegated on to League One, which you can just flick through this because I've just had this table up if you want to have a look. But Stoke doing too well for my liking. I quite like Palace, so I'm happy they're there. Fulham need to be in the relegation zone, and it is brilliant to see Lincoln possibly getting relegated back to where they belong. Well, actually, they need to get relegated from League 2 as well to get back to where they belong. League 2, don't really care about this because there's no teams in it that I like, really. So you can just have a gander through if you really want to. Skrill Premier, which I don't like the name of that, so I'm going to actually call it the Blue Square Premier, because that sounds a lot better. You can also have a flick through that if you want. No teams really stand out for being amazing, or actually, apart from Barnsley, it's a bit weird to see them there. And the Skrill North is actually quite interesting when you look at the amount of teams who are in here who are good. Hartlepool, Doncaster, Burnley, Preston, Morecambe, Mansfield, Coventry, my team Scunthorpe doing shit as they always do on FM. Skrill South, need to stop saying that. Blue Square South. I don't really care about any of the teams in here. Maybe Stevenage and Torquay in there is a bit weird. And most people like Germany, so I'll go through their top 2 leagues quickly. These have changed a hell of a lot. Union Berlin winning the league, or currently topping the table, as 1860 Munich are dominated lately. And it's nice to see Bayern doing relatively shit, although I would like them to go bust and never reform, as they are possibly my 3rd most hated team, slightly behind Man United and Galatasaray. Who else is a weird one? Elversberg, Kiel, Munster, Victoria Köln, League 2nd Division, Wolfsburg, Frankfurt, Schalke, Freiburg, Mainz, Dortmund, Stuttgart. So there's a lot of teams that start off in the top division who have fell down the leagues quite a bit, especially Dortmund, as they're only 5 points off the relegation playoff, again with Leipzig occupying that, and they need to go down as Red Bull are ruining football in my eyes, as I don't like companies like them that are taking over teams, changing the name and ploughing a shit ton of money into them to make them, or to try and make them world powers. 15 minutes. I'll get this on for maybe 5 or so more minutes. We will. Shall we have a look at now? I'll probably show you my tactics actually, as this is a tactic that I engineered for. Can't actually remember what save for. I think it was this save, and I'm going to say now I am dreadful at tactics normally. I don't actually attempt to make my own tactics usually, as like I said, I'm dreadful at them, so I scour the internet for them. But I actually made this tactic looking at the players and what positions I thought they would go. And obviously, as we are top of the league, I'd say it's working relatively well, and I'll probably show you some of the standout performers this year. Jason Elliott has been very good as my anchorman or ball-winning midfielder, although sometimes he is pushed up into an advanced playmaker role in the centre mid. You can see 25 games, 4 goals. Can't really ask for much more from your midfielders, so, and his stats are very good. Let's have a look at his polygon thingy. Very good for League One and worth 1.2 million. Not going to look towards selling him on actually, as I like him a lot. Chris Williams has been alright, but I don't want to show you him. I'm going to show you Lepa. He's doing worse than Williams, but he was actually my big money signing this year. And you can see there, okay average rating I suppose, but 2 goals in 20 is not enough from your either winger or inside forward. I forget which one I play now. And if you look at his career stats for Legia Warsaw, he has got 15 goals in 20 games, and then for me in League One he has got 2 goals in 20 games, so he has slowed down his goal scoring record quite a lot, and I want him to pick that up. Although I probably should be playing him as my main striker, but I will show you my main striker right now. Martin Rapson on loan from Southampton has been absolutely brilliant. 13 goals in 18 games in the league, can't complain with that whatsoever. And let's have a look. I don't even know how you have a look at this actually. How he's done for the rest of the year in all competitions. He's got 25 appearances and 18 goals in them appearances, which is very good for your striker. And to be fair, when he's played, he has done okay for most of his teams, although he hasn't really played for 2. On to the last standout player that I'm going to show you probably has been, as I can see any others who have been standout players I believe. No, it will be Marco Kraus. This guy was from Rapid Vienna for, I think it was 500, about 525k, 575 even. And as you can see there, in the league, he's got 7 goals in 21 appearances with 11 assists, which is very good for a winger, and I don't know how to do the comparison shit, so I'm going to have a look at Niliepa to see who is a better player. Actually, let's look at the statistics. You can see both of these are playing on the wing for me, and Kraus is dominating Niliepa really in most of the main statistics you'd look for. He's got more goals per minute, so a couple more assists, more player of the matches, better pass completion, better shots on target, and a better average rating. So Kraus has been very, very good for me this year. And let's see how long has this been? 90 minutes. Well, I think I'll wrap it up here, as there's not much more I want to say really, and I will come back possibly I'm going to try get a video out either tomorrow or Thursday, which will be maybe. I might try to push it to the end of the season, as I go on holiday on Friday 13th. Unlucky date, hopefully not. I go on holiday for 10 days and get back early hours of the 24th. And in that time, when I get back on the 24th, I have 3 days before I go back on holiday, this time with my dad, to Spain on the 27th for a week. So I'm going to have to try get as far as I can in this save, which is going to be relatively hard, as I have my driving theory test tomorrow to revise for, and then I've got to get all ready for my holidays and all that. So like I said, I'm going to try push on to the end of the season. But if I don't, I'll still get at least one video out before I go on my holidays, possibly with 40 games done or so. And yeah, so that's about it. And I'll try to get a video out when I get back within the 3 days before I go away again. But if not, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, so I'll just shut it off here. So it's been nice talking to you. I'm making my first video for the FM Galaxy YouTube, and see you later, guys.